G'day guys, my name's Josh. You can call me Jawoodle, and welcome back once again to 7 Days to Die Alpha 17, where I am back in Jawoodle Park hanging out at my pool base because, you know, it looks nice and cool in the water. It's a desert out here, I'm burning up. If I didn't have dev tools on, then I'd probably be sizzling like a steak on the barbie. But I'm over here cooling off, and I finished on my wall as well. Well, not all of it, but most of it. Done some more work on the wall to Jawoodle Park. Everything's looking lovely, but I was looking at the water and thinking, what if I could just live in the water? What if I didn't have to worry about zombies? I didn't have to worry about heat or, dying of thirst or anything like that. What if I could just live in the water? What if I was like the Beatles and I could be under the sea in an octopus's garden? So I was like, that is going to be my next challenge. Can I live under the waves in a lake somewhere? So I'm going to jump in my little 4x4 truck here and drive it straight off a cliff and bury the spikes into the sand at the bottom and drive off to a lake that I've already sussed out. There's a million lakes around Jawoodle Park, but none of them, yeah, you can see the wall doesn't quite go all the way. It only goes down to about here. It's just almost to the underground base. I was saying, there's a lot of lakes around Jawoodle Park, but none of them quite suited what I have in mind. So there's one all the way out here in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, which is going to be my new home. Well, not my new home, but a new base. I like building bases. I don't care where I live as long as I get to build shit. It's going to park my car right on the nipple of this mountain right there. Okay, you just stay there. Cool. Yep, you're good. Welcome to the new lake, the new Jawoodle house. It's going to be down in the water down here somewhere. Oh, shit. Oh. Ow, okay, that hurt quite a lot. Didn't quite make it into the depths of the water. But this is where I'm going to do it. The first thing I need to find out, though, is what happens with zombies. Like, do zombies cruise along? They used to sink. Used to be like, if you spawn a bunch of zombies, well, if you were fighting like a horde or something, the zombies would walk along the bottom of the water. So I need to figure out if that's what they still do, or if now they swim. So I'm going to find a good spot. Maybe just like build something. No, I'm not going to fuck with the water at all. I need it to look exactly like this. The idea behind this is the only way, I mean, people have been asking me to build a PvP base, right, to fight against other people, and you can't do it. You can't, like, there's no mechanic to the way people think. You can't build a base that will outsmart a person. I mean, some people are pretty dumb, but, like, for the most part, you can't outsmart a fellow player. So the only way to build a PvP base is to make a base that they can't find. If you make an invisible base, then you never have to worry. That was my whole, like, mentality when I used to play, like, Minecraft online and shit. I mean, that was a lot easier because Minecraft physics is Minecraft physics, and that's a whole different story. But if you can't find where I live, then you can't come raid my shit. So, I'm thinking if I keep the lake looking exactly like this, but I can live underneath, then no one will ever find me. Rather than risk my precious lake over there, I'm going to duck over to this one, just this random other lake over here. Is it deep enough for zombies to walk through? Or mildly? Probably not a whole lot. I don't know. We'll give it a test and see what happens. We'll put a bunch of Arlene's over on the other side, and I will stand on this side right here and go, come over here, please, Arlene. What are you going to do? Do you go underneath the water? You do. Damn it, you sink. I was kind of hoping you'd swim. I mean, for for the XP base and shit, then it helps me that they sink, because where the hell are you? I've lost them. They went under the water. Oh, there they are. They went under the waves, and they never showed up ever again. But yeah, for like the XP base and shit, it helps me that they don't swim. But for this, I very specifically wish that they would float along the top. Oh well, can't win them all. That's alright though. That just means I have to change my design a little bit, but I can still do it. So my number one goal is to not mess with anything on the surface of the water, because if you fuck up the surface of the water, it's next to impossible to fix. You can't place water blocks on water blocks in 7 days, so like repairing water or making it look natural again is really fucking hard and comes with a whole host of issues. So I'm not going to touch any of the soil underneath, like any of like the bowl that makes up the lake. I'm not going to touch any of that. So to do what I want to do, I'm going to dig through the wall over here and just go in this way and then make myself a nice little hole and then dig my way down from there. You're just gonna work your way around. It's a little bit more effort now, but it's gonna be worth it in the long run. So you can see what I've done, just made like a big loop around to get underneath the lake down here. I mean, I could probably just put a door in here and like this could be the entrance to my base. However, I mean, sure, if you were cruising along on the outside, like out here, rolling around, like not really doing anything, it'd be pretty hard to see. You probably wouldn't notice it, but probably would notice it is not good enough for me because I'm not lucky enough. Someone will roll over this mountain up here, look down and be like, hey, there's a fucking door in that cliff. There's probably something in there. Then they'll come in and take all my goodies. Would you like, fuck, is that Arlene? What are you doing? No, it's a you. Whatever. You know what? Just die. I don't have time to fight zombies right now. I've got building to do. I don't have time for you. Fuck off. So the first thing I want to try is just... Oh, shit, did I go too far? I think I might have gone too far. Oh, it has gone too far or it might be perfect. The first thing I want to do is try it with just like putting a hatch on the bottom of the bloody lake, so that, you know, from the top you probably wouldn't see it through the water. You need to get it the perfect spot, perfect spot, like there. Can I do that? Just somewhere in here, please. Anywhere in here would be fine. Whatever, just there. How's that? Did that fuck up the surface at all? Oh, look at that! You'd never know. You would never know. If you were out here, you'd have to like jump in and go all the way down. And like, I mean, even from this, a little fucked up, the ground's a little messy, but like nothing too serious. You have to be right over the top to notice anything's amiss down there. That would be perfect. I'm gonna try one more thing, but I may come back to this because I freaking love that. If there's a way I could like fix the ground around a little bit more, so it really was like as close in as possible. Like I just like swim down to the bottom of the lake, blob blob blob. The guy at the top of the cliff was like, "Where the fuck did that guy go?" And you just open up your door and slide on down. Blop, break your legs, but that's fine. That is perfect. Look, it's all dry in here too. Oh, I love that. I've come to yet another lake because there's one other thing I want to try, and that's rather than putting a hatch like just in the bottom, which somehow worked. Wasn't really expecting it to work. I think because there was that grass down there, like you could see like things like this. Maybe that protected the water from getting fucked up. I'm not too sure, but it didn't fuck up the surface, so I've left that lake, so I don't ever want to touch it again in case I ruin something. But I've come over to a different lake near all my BMX jumps to test out if I can go like down here and just go like in here, just like take out a couple of blocks like this. Yep, there we go. Just enough to put like a door in, because then if I could somehow have like a door like in a cliff underwater, like if I had a door here, who would ever notice that, you know? Like that would be pretty secure. I like to think I'll make it a bit deeper because that's how I would actually build it, like that. There we go. I fucked up the floor a little bit, just like fix some things like that. That should probably do it. But then we have to go upstairs and see how the water looks. If the water's fucked upstairs, then people are gonna know I'm downstairs. How are we looking? How are we looking? Oh, that works too. Oh, now I don't know which one I like better. Shit. What's this? There's water at the bottom. The hatches. Oh shit, the hatch is really leaking. That's I did bad there. Oh, I'm getting drowned underneath too. Okay, that settles it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to put a door into the side of the cliff. The hatch, I mean, it kind of works, but like, I was also thinking to myself, if you're gonna accidentally discover one of these, that's gonna be far easier to discover than a random door hidden in the wall somewhere. Like, that's the bottom of the lake. If you went swimming and you were looking around for shit, if you happen to be doing that, you could probably find that much easier than something else. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna put some dirt over the top. We're gonna fix that hole, just like, boop, just like that. Just make it all, yep, nice. And there we go. There we go. It's all sealed off. No one will ever find it ever again. I accidentally built too much. Get rid of that one. Did I fuck up the water? Nope, the water's still good. Okay, so, lesson learned, hatches are bad. Well, they're not bad. They're just not completely useful for what I want them for. I'm gonna find myself a nice little nook that looks a bit flat underneath the water. So right about there, it's not quite in line with where I dug down before, but that's okay. So just like one there and one, no, that was, what's going on here? What's going on? It's not digging the way I want it to. Shit, okay, I'm gonna have to even that up, get rid of that one. Why is it all sand underneath? I can't break this shit, there we go. Just keep, I mean, this is gonna be bad. I can already tell this is gonna be fucking up the water on the surface. This doesn't feel as good as last time. This feels real janky and real fucked. There we go, we're finally getting a bit of a tunnel. Okay, can I fix up the rest of this shit then, please? Like that, and like that, and like, can I put one here and like block that off a little bit? Okay, that's fine, but if I do that, can I then fit through that gap and get in there? Okay, go swim down, swim down. You swim so freaking slowly in the hole. Okay, oh. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad. That could be useful. What about the surface? How's the surface looking? Oh, yes, perfect. So I've gone in and I've modified the bottom of the lake as much, because the best way to disguise your entrance is to use camouflage and make everything else look you know, a bit haggard and a bit knobbly as well. Like if it was all smooth on the bottom, then you had one kind of off-looking bit, then that's going to be pretty obvious where the entrance is. But if you look at this, I don't think you could tell me where the entrance is. I mean, you might. There's a couple little telltale clues that I know I'm looking for. Maybe they're obvious to you too. I'm not sure. But if you were just like, if you were just coming through and jumped in the lake and had a look at this, you would have no idea. You'd have no idea where to look. You would never ever find it. And where it is it's over here. It's over here. Ready? Look, right there. right there. Still doesn't really look like much. Still doesn't look like anything at all. But if you come all the way down the bottom, get to here, then you have to crouch in because, you know, sneaky deaky. If I didn't get stuck, that's the first time I ever got stuck. I was just, there we go. And then you come in and you use the door, and look at that. Then you're off into dry land, and you are happy, ready to go live your life as a mole somewhere. You can be Hans Mole Man, take a football to the nuts, crash your car into a tree and explode, and live underground like the true peanut that you are. Anyway, so in the process of like fucking up all the ground and making it look nice and camouflaged, I also fucked up my water. The thing I was definitely trying not to do, I accidentally fucked it up. So I figure I may as well show you how to fix the water, seeing as now I fucked up mine. What you gotta do is place down like an anchor point for a couple of frames. You can't stick the frames to sand. Like you can't just build off the side of the wall because they will just fall down. Gotta use like something solid sitting on the ground as some sort of like, you know, actual support for this whole little scaffold thing that we're gonna build here. You can see that as I build it, the frames start to not the frames, the water starts to kind of fill in underneath. That's fine. That's not going to fix the problem entirely because once it's there, I mean, I'm going to use water blocks. You'll have to use buckets so you make an infinite pool somewhere or whatever. And I'm just going to go through, if I slow my roll a little bit so you can actually see what's happening, go through and just place a bunch of water on the underside of all these frames. And slowly, for sure, this is what I mean by it's like a real pain in the fucking nutsack to do this if you fuck it up. So you got to try and not fuck it up in the first place. You go through and you place as much water as you can. I think I broke it over there. Sometimes like you place it and then it will like slowly go down and then it will fix itself. But I think I broke that one. But you got to work your way through all of the gaps in the water that you stupidly broke. And hopefully you'll be able to fix your lake. There we go. The water's all fixed so I can take the frames away. Sometimes when you take the frames away, the water will go back to being fucked underneath. So, yeah, see, just like that. See, I was expecting that. So when that happens, just go back in. Put some more water. In fact, let's use the bucket. I picked up the wrong bit of water. Damn it, I already fixed it. If another one goes under, then I'm going to use the bucket to fix it all the way through. There we go. Happy days. All right, there's one little dick of water sticking up. That's fine. I'm just going to go and just like empty this bucket somewhere that I don't need to worry about it. Oh, look, this is my previous water hole from other experiments of water. I mean, I've just got a hole of water over here. So if I go over here and I just grab you, then I should be right. Look at that. The lake is fixed. See, it was a pain in the neck, but we got it done in the end. So now that we have our super secret base entry, we just got to fill up all of this around here. It's dirt on the outside. Is it dirt on the outside? What is it on the outside? I need to make it look like it actually belongs here. So if I use dirt for the bottom one, maybe, and then sand for the top one, it might look right. Yeah, look at that. You'd never freaking know. Ever. That's perfect. All right, fill up the rest of this shit. Oh, yes, I love it when a plan works. Sometimes I come up with ideas in my head and I'll go test them and then it doesn't work in the engine of 7 days. And it's very disappointing because sometimes it's a really cool idea and I wish I could build it. But this one, for once, has come together nicely. So I've built the entryway further. I've made it have a right angle here going further out and underneath the big mountain on top. Because there's no point having a super cool underground underwater secret base if you can accidentally tunnel into it from like somewhere nearby or the bottom of the lake or whatever. So I've built it out this way. So when you come in through the front door, I love this. This is my new favorite. Every time I build something new in this game, it's my new favorite thing. But having a super secret sneaky deaky entryway just makes it even more better. I've opened it up a little bit more so I don't have to crouch to get in here. Maybe I'll put it back to having to crouch, just an extra little layer of security so someone doesn't like accidentally wander in here. But you come in, oh shit, okay, maybe sometimes you do have to crouch. It's like 50-50 whether or not it works. Whether or not you can like fit in or whether you have to crouch. Come in through the front door. It works every time. I should stipulate that. You can always get into your base. This is not a 50-50 shot of not being able to enter your base anymore. God, it's glaring in here. I hate the look of just bland panels. That's why I have my paintbrush. You gotta make sure, just because it's the apocalypse doesn't mean you can have your base looking bland and boring and shit. You gotta make sure that your aesthetics are on point. Aesthetics matter. Symmetricality matters. You can get your symmetricality shirts now, by the way. I've never plugged merch before. It felt weird to do it. Probably won't do it again. That looks a lot better. I mean, I put a bunch of rust on the walls because it's all made out of steel, and given that there is an entire lake of water right outside the door, I figured that, you know, it's probably going to get a little bit rusty in here. That's fine. I don't have time to come in here and polish up all the steel all the time. It's going to get degraded just a little bit. I'll put some hatches on, I'll put a hatch on the floor because, just like on a spaceship, say this door fails, you need your backup plan. You can't just flood your entire house with water because one door fails. Got to have a foolproof design. So you go open that, you drop down here, all that, close it behind you for security reasons. Can't allow the water to get in. You know, was it like screen swing doors sink ships or whatever it is. No, loose lips sink ships. Well, loose doors sink ships too. And you come down here into the big cavity where I'm going to build my base. I emptied this all out by using the Z key like I did when I was flattening out the ground for the melee base. But I accidentally caved in. That's why I've got the big roof over here. I accidentally caved in this entire mountain at least like 3 different times. So don't do what I did and just take a big square out in one go. Do little squares. Build, like, you know, go through the walls and build supports first so you know how big you need it, and like actually give the bloody mountain something to sit on, because otherwise you're gonna have a real bad time. I know I probably didn't need to build an actual base down here, but I got a little bit distracted. Whenever I get into base building mode, I just start building shit left, right, and center. I've got a table and chairs over there, assuming that I ever had more than like 2 friends in my life. I've definitely overcompensated here a little bit. I've got my kitchen. I've got a sweet stair set at the back that takes me up to my lounge area with a big TV and my very depressing bedroom. Should probably put, I mean, can I put like a, is it like a, what are we gonna call it in this game? Is it a closet or a wardrobe? Let's try no, definite wardrobe. Closet. No, closet not a thing either. What about just like cupboards then? Cupboards? Why can't I get like a big, like a dresser? What's it called, a dresser? Dresser? No, it's not called anything. Whatever. I would put a whole, like, you know, wardrobe in here, but it's not gonna let me do it, so I can't do that anyway. Whatever. You can walk out here on the catwalk. So I have a sweet underground base that is a long way under the surface. You can see my car all the way up there. That's where the surface is, and this is where my base is. There's no way that anyone's going to find this. And I like the idea of having this big, I mean, I'm probably going to paint it a better color. I wanted to use this texture. I hadn't used it before, and now that I have used it, I kind of regret it just a little bit. I'll turn down the light just a little bit to get some more texture going so it doesn't burn the eye sockets out. But yeah, this place is actually kind of nice. And from that, you run up here. You've got the turrets above the door in case anyone does manage to find it down here. And you run back up to the surface and go on your errands and not have to worry about running into anyone. So if you're in a PvP server or you're playing against actual people, this is probably a good thing to build because you can have this under the ocean or under a lake or wherever. The steeper the cliff sides, the better, by the way. I forgot to mention that before. You really do need like steep like walls over here to be able to like not fuck up the water too much, but also have it hidden enough that you can't really see it. But that works an absolute goddamn treat. I'd be surprised if everyone stumbled across that accidentally. You'd have to know it was here. But that works perfectly. I'm very, very happy with that. So to finish it off, I'm going to stand all the way up here. This was only supposed to be like a quick half-an-hour build, and it's taking me 2 hours. I get distracted. As soon as I start building, I just want to build stuff, because aesthetics and symmetricality work. Did you notice everything down there was symmetrical, by the way? It was all nice and pretty, and everything was like even and nice. I did, because I did that deliberately, because symmetricality is always important. But I'll have to look at my secret base and call this episode done. That is a good way to survive. That if I was playing PvP, that is what I would do, and no one would ever fucking find me ever again. But I'll have to come back and build some more cool stuff in 7 Days to Die in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked, smash the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.